Starting lineups for the Northwest Express. There's going to be a lot of familiar faces in the past. Coming back from last year, a lot of returning players. That is for the Express. As Bryce Millington starting. Preston Lundbohm, that's another very familiar name. Followed by Brett Tumbrink, Leo Riani, Eli Underhill, that's another familiar name. And of course, between the pipes, Rylan Freshwater, as he is a definite top-level goalie in this league. And he's going to be tough to break. You're going to have to get to him early. Once he gets in a flow, he's tough to break. So it will be fun to see how Rapids fires up the pucks and how well he stops them. So with the opening face-off here, ceremonial, and there you have it. Congratulations to the youngster down there. As off the ice, there you go. So we're inching closer and closer. So the key tonight, Julian, the key tonight, you're facing those familiar faces. You know how they play, especially the goalie. What will be key tonight? I mean, last week was putting up shots. They eventually fell. More of the same tonight, or are you going to pull out a few extra tricks out of the bag to get past a veteran goalie like that?
Well, obviously pulling off tricks is all about playing the game, but you want to look over that film that you might have from last season, and you just want to go over how they play, and you want to advance from there.
Yeah, that's right. As last year, Rapids was the 2 seed in the playoffs. The Express were the 3. Rapids got them in 2 here in Rapids last year in the semifinals. And we'll see how they match up early on as we are underway here at Southwood County Recreation Center, where the Express and the Riverkings meeting for the first of 2 games this weekend. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Really do appreciate it. Seth Habiger back at the studios, and shot in the goal right from a turn right at the top of the corner. Top of the circle, and Northwest gets it underway as goal by Bryce Millington puts the Express up on top. I don't think Deacon Shaw even saw it. 16 seconds into the game, and the Express up on top. Rapids, they have to respond, and that was the case last week in the first game against Hudson, and they responded with 6 unanswered to close out the game with a 6-2 victory, but different teams, different weekends.
He was assisted by number 12, Preston Lundbaum, and number 27, Eli Underhill.
Assist to Preston Lundbaum and Eli Underhill. Rapids, they tie it up! There's a hole in your goalie! Northwest, and it's 1-1. What you can do, I can do just as well. And Rapids ties it up with a goal by Daniil Korobenkov. 2 goals in a matter of 35 seconds. You got a new hockey game, ball game, hockey game, whichever one you want to go by. As Rapids ties it up in front of this really nice crowd here on hand. Third goal of the season for number 17 for Daniil Korobenkov, and assist to Felix Allstrand, and of course Jacob Chevier Alexander. And the time of the goal, 35 seconds. So 1-1 hockey game. Both teams taking a shot, and they found the back of the net as Rapids really picking up some physical play. Ilian shoves one of the Northwest players down into the boards, Alex Themes, as that's got to be careful of that so you don't get a check from behind, but tied up in the corner, Rapids with the Express. Ilian skates behind the goal, Freshwater guarding the post. Buffalo tied up in the corner in front of the beer garden that looks packed capacity as the puck gets around the edge and down for an icing. Got a stoppage play, 18-18 left to go in this first period. 1-1 hockey game between the Express and the Riverkings. Heck of a start, exciting here. Everybody on hand. Boy, have they have they got something going, including on Halloween night, you got some people dressed up. One of the favorites, the Sinai officials that are first row. Hopefully they haven't missed anything yet. As face-off going to the right side, the blocker side of Freshwater. Diamond battling with Lamantia. Shot, and a goal! Rapids goes up 2-1! That was a quick developing play, a lot of tic-tac-toe. I didn't actually see it go in until the light went on, and Rapids is up 2-1 with a goal by Iliad. So Rapids attacking Freshwater early, as that was at 1:48. So they've beaten Freshwater on back-to-back opportunities in that part of the rink, and you gotta wonder what's going on with a defensive set for the Express. 8th goal of the year, Mikhail Ilian, as he was assisted by Riley Duke. And Mateo Ruffalo on the assist. The shot, bouncing puck, turned away by the Rapids defense. As Logan Byman takes it up, sends it up. And Riley Williams is there, but not before an icing is called. As clock needs to stop. And it does. 17:34 remaining in the first period. 2-1 Rapids. Exciting first 2 minutes of the game. Oh boy. You don't want to listen to it on the radio, come on down to the rink. You're going to see a good one. Already has been good for the first 2 minutes. Face off to the glove side of Shaw, controlled by the Express. As Millington takes it, sends it back out to the red line, but to Riani. Temies drops it back down. Duchesne in a big collision. Centering attempt for the Express. No avail as Ruffalo sends it up to Byman. Byman sends it in high on Freshwater, and he just gloves it. Got a whistle. 17:07 left to go in this opening period. Rapids up 2-1. That's got to be maybe not the start that you wanted defensively, but your offense sure picked it up, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, when you start off like that, you just got to come back strong.
Controlled face-off, glove side of Freshwater. Shot sent in by Aiden Welsh, a Rapids native. As trying to break it up out of the zone is Northwest, and they're having a hard time doing that. You can definitely tell there's a different style of play between Hudson and Northwest, comparing it from what we saw last week. Rapids trying to add another one as quick as they can, as Skidas was unable to hold on to the puck. No icing, however. There's a collision in the back there. As Alexander Mizakiewicz was unable to hold the puck. Rapids trying to clear it, and they do, as it was tipped. No icing, as Calzada trying to get past Avery Black to get to the puck. Puck comes back around. Mizakiewicz sends it up neutral ice. Picked up. Korombinkov up to Diamond. As Skidas picks it up, cross ways to Mizakiewicz. Shot sent into the corner by Shaw. As Rapids tries to break out through the zone, trying to get past Birch. Caleb Birch, that is. As Jacksoy tries to bring it up into the zone, could not. Sent back down now by Zach Fletcher, one of the deeper men on the rotation for Rapids. As Corneve wasn't able to hold the zone, and now there's a 2-2 breakout. Sent in wide behind the goal. Shot taken by Zachary Halling. Rapids picking up the puck, back behind the goal, sent it back out to the blue line, back around the boards. It goes from the Express. Battling down below, hard to get an angle on what's going on down there from my vantage point. As the puck comes back out neutral ice, Halling sends it across ice to Dalton Slama. A nice nifty move along the far side. Boldick sends it backhanded up to Mateo Ruffalo. And screaming in is Mikhail Ilian. He does not have numbers. Is he going to try to crash the net? Goes behind the goal. Stops, spins the other way. Behind the goal, no diamond on the doorstep. That was Ruffalo. He could not send it home. But holding the corner is Duchesne. Bouncing puck, set behind the goal. Ilian with it now. Drop pass, trying to get to Ruffalo, who does send it, centering to the slot. That is picked off by Tumbrink. Tumbrink sends it back down. Duchesne sends it to the corner. Diamond can't quite get to the puck. Trying to get around each other is members of the Express. Now Rapids trying to send it back out. 14:30 left to go in the opening frame. Rapids up 2-1 as Rapids just harmlessly dumps it down into the zone for a line change. Nice nifty passing by the Express as they're trying to get Rapids a little committed low and get a numbers advantage on the forward end. Ryan brings the puck up into the zone where Express do retain possession. 14 minutes left to go, first period. Rapids up 2-1 as we had a very exciting minute 48 to start this first period. Lucas Nelson crossed to Logan Byman. A little collision on the far side, and now it's 2-2 is now physicality starting to ramp up. Chevy Alexander can't hold on to it at neutral ice, but you will have Gabriel Sorensen pick it up for the Express. Williams holds it after an intercepted pass, and the Express bring it up the far side. Lucas Nelson, he misses on a poke check. Chevy Alexander with a check in the corner. Centering attempt by the Express, no avail. Is bringing it up. Nelson, it's onside. Black gets bumped off the puck. Trying to send it out to the blue line. Diamond has it as he shoots. Going to try to be a tip right at the last second, and that was turned wide by the Express. 13 minutes to go. Opening frame of play. Rapids up 2-1 here in USPHL Premier North Division action. And there is a hand pass being whistled. 12:52 left to go. First period. Rapids up 2-1. Quite the exchange there. Physicality's really ramping up now, isn't it?
Yeah, physicality is all a part of the game, and you just want to make sure that you're the leading team in that category.
Face off to the glove side of Freshwater. That'd be his left side, and Fletcher with the puck at neutral ice. Rapids has to get back on sides. Riley Duke picks it up, drops it, sends it back down as Rapids trying to nail the puck down deep. Old Daniel Olson was involved with a little bit of a shot there. Shot from the high slot by Welsh. Did not go through. Turned away by Freshwater as now the Express want to break out. Caleb Birch cannot quite touch on that as there will be a whistle for an icing. 12:22 to go. Opening frame here on a beautiful Friday night in Wisconsin Rapids. First round of high school playoffs and football going on tonight. Good luck to the Assumption Royals down at Cochrane Fountain City. Assumption girls cross country team going back to state for the 6th time in a row. We're looking forward to seeing how they do next weekend at the Ridges Golf Course here in Wisconsin Rapids. Face off coming to the glove side of Freshwater. And Rapids trying to pin the puck down deep. Allstrand sends the puck behind the goal. Duke on the near side shot. Turned away. Didn't go up into the netting. As they keep playing on. Puck comes back out neutral ice. Allstrand backhands it back down. Korombinkov trying to keep it down. They cannot hold it as Duke skipped over his stick. Jacksoid Buldick looking to pass the puck up as Riani was able to get there first. Now Underhill sending it up to his teammate. I believe that was Lamantia. Riani right below us. Trying to send the puck back up. Romita as well, giving chase. Again, doing the best I can with pronunciations on both teams. See, early in the season, still learning. It's never an intentional thing by any means. As Ronita was not able to send the puck through. He was looking for a shot on Shaw. He could not get it as the puck comes back out neutral ice. No icing will be called. Underhill, Elementia, get that puck pass intercepted by Allstrand. Puck slides up back into the Rapids defensive end with 11 minutes to go. First period. Riverkings up on top, 2-1, as that was near catastrophic as Duchesne didn't get the puck on his stick, and right away there were some Express chomping at the bit. Lundbohm sends it across to Underhill as the puck goes all the way around the boards, looking for a centering attempt, and they got one at the blue line. Underhill shot, that goes behind the goal. Puck sends up to Ilian, who's coming up the near side. He's going quick, goes around one defenseman, centering attempt, oh, Diamond, it went behind him. That would have been beautiful right on the doorstep. 10.5 left to go, first period. Collision in the near corner in the Rapid zone. Tumbrink sends it back down. Tumbrink, he couldn't hold his own, as there will be no icing, as that was just a poor pass for the Express. I'm sure that's what they would say, is there's a bad pass again. Shot, Byman, then it's turned away. Rapids nearly had a big one there as Rapids tries to play some defense. Lucas Nelson chasing the puck. That was almost catastrophic for the Express if Rapids was able to get a stick on that. Ryan sends it up on the far side, going around the goal. Williams chasing it down. Ryan getting back involved. Puck bouncing around loose. Byman and Ryan. Shot sent in, goes behind the goal. Trying to get at the blue line as the Express trying to get a little bit of a rush going. They were turned away with that. Puck goes back down behind the northwest goal. Nearly another interception, and there is shot by Byman. If he could have got a little more mustard on that, who knows, but that was turned away by Freshwater. The Express seem to be playing a little bit back on their heels right now with several passes that were picked off, but they skate right up, and a shot deflected by the defense and covered up by Shaw. Get the whistle. 9:03 left to go in this opening frame. Rapids leading 2-1. Those interceptions that Rapids have gotten deep in the northwest zone, those if you're Northwest, how do you negate that? Because I mean, those have been some pretty bad chances that Northwest's lucky that Rapids didn't score on it.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of those chances are often created by passing it from, side to side in front of the net sometimes, All you got to do sometimes is just make sure that you can get a clear passing lane.
Well, there was a clear shooting lane there for Caleb Birch, and that was gobbled up by Shaw. You saw that coming the whole way, so another whistle. 8:41 remaining in the first period. Rapids up 2-1, as this has been just about everything I thought it would be coming up all week, thinking about this matchup. Two teams that really like to fire the shots on goal. Rapids with a 7-3 advantage to this point, as they have controlled the style of play for the last about 5 minutes. Consistently with the Express, they've been able to break out of their zone and generate some opportunities when there has been an opportunity. This puck gets cleared out neutral ice by Jacksoy. Duchesne behind the goal, pass up ahead. Jacksoy with it, taken up the far side, trailed by Buldick and Allstrand. Jacksoy behind the goal, sends it, Buldick, top of the circle, high slot now by Duchesne. Shot, bounce in front, went over the goal. That was hit by Allstrand. As Rapids almost look like they're on the power play with how they're moving the puck. But as soon as I say that, the Express break out. They can't keep the puck moving as Rapids able to send that up. Korobinkov gets around the defense, sends a puck in the corner as Rapids gets a line change, keeping an eye on Lundbohm so that they don't get a breakout opportunity. 3-3 carried into the zone by Millington. As puck stays behind the goal along the boards as Diamond chips it up ahead to Mateo Ruffalo. He passes it around to himself, trying to get it behind two defenders. Stop, centering pass, shot behind the goal. Nobody's there. Centering, back in front. Nelson, shot just wide of the post by a matter of inches. Chevy Alexander sends it in, stopped by the defense. Rapids peppering the goal. Nothing that had to be said, but they were close. 7:12 left to go, first period, as there's an icing, a whistle. 7:10 left to go, first period. As they bring the puck way back down into the Express zone. And we'll see which side they decide to drop the puck at. As it appears it'll be the left side, the glove side of Freshwater. 7:10 to go. Face off. Preston Lundbohm up against, trying to get the clear number there, Noah Diamond, I believe. And it was. Face off controlled by the Express, sending back around the boards. Picked up, Diamond, he's got to get everybody on side, so now the Express can break out. Nelson, cross ice, Chevy Alexander, looking to skate up, sends it up, Ilian, he breaks into the zone, tries to get around defense, cannot. The puck goes out of play, into the netting, another stoppage, 6:50 left to go, as that faceoff will be in the Express zone, this time to the right side, the blocker side of Freshwater. Meanwhile, since there's been a shot on goal that there had to be a save on, still plenty of time to go in this one. A full 46 minutes. Face-off coming. Official waiting for everybody to be where they need to be. Jacob Alexander for the Express. Big blocker save there by Freshwater. That was Diamond against Alexander for the Express. Rapids holds his own. Diamond, high slot, got a turnover doorstep. Nice save by Freshwater as he was crappie flopping down there, and I mean that in the best way I can, as he was laying flat on his back, and he made the stop. No disrespect at all intended by that, as now Ilian with the loose puck come back up, and they're going to whistle offsides. That was close, as he was being trailed by Ruffalo. But Ruffalo just a hair ahead of him, so they get the whistle. Neutralize face-off coming up here, 6:20 to go in this first period. Rapids up 2-1. Rapids trying to control that. They cannot, as Caleb Birch sends a puck down in the Rapids zone. Fletcher for Rapids, first one there, battling with Birch. Puck stolen away by Zachary Halling. Now there will be a penalty for a cross check.
Something to do after the game tonight. Stick around for skate with the Riverkings. Bring your own skate tournament prepared for $2.
And that will be against the Express. So power play coming up for the Riverkings. That will be number 18, Zachary Halling, for the cross check, as that penalty comes up at 12:55.
Northwest penalty to number 18.
First penalty of the game for either side. As cross-checking being called on Halling, so first power play opportunity for Rapids for the night. 6:05 left to go, first period. Rapids up 2-1. As Express trying to tie it up. They did for a little bit as Allstrand skating to his side. Aggressive penalty kills so far. They're really bringing their defense out to challenge man-to-man. Behind the goal, Diamond tries to chip it up to Buldick, back down to Diamond. Diamond to Buldick on the far left side. Jacksoy shot, didn't get all of it. Scooped up by Diamond, centering, and that will be held in by Jacksoy. Allstrand down low to Diamond. Diamond skating in, centering, shot, bouncing puck, bouncing behind the goal. That was a beautiful opportunity there for Rapids. They could not find home. Good defensive play for the Express. Sent out front, Jacksoy, Buldick skating around, trying to get some rotation work in. Jacksoy back down low, shot, Ilian, shot to goal! Power play goal by Allstrand, and Rapids goes up 3-1. Rapids lights the lamp on the power play at, by my goodness, 12:48. As Allstrand, I believe that's what they will call it, Felix Allstrand with the goal. We'll see what the assists are. I always leave that up to the crew. I don't try to figure that one out. That's a heck of a good job on that power play.
Wisconsin Rapids power play goal. Scoring his 7th of the year is number 9,
Felix Allstrand with the goal officially.
Assisted by number 7,
Mikhail Ilian with the assist.
And by number 12, Jonathan Yates.
And Jonathan Yaksoy with the other assist. So Allstrand from Ilian from Yaksoy at 14:48. As Rapids now trying to get back on the offensive, as after that faceoff, the Express kind of lit a fire under them as they're down 2 goals here with 4.5 to go in the first period. That was quite the way you want to play the power play, wasn't it, Julian?
Of course.
Wide open net, you got to bury those, and Allstrand did. As the puck comes up near side, Ryan breaks it into the zone. He loses his edge, no penalty. That was clean. You gotta be okay with that. As Lundbohm, he falls, loses his edge. As Themings brings it up into the zone. Rapids smacks the puck around the board, back up to neutralize. Having to reset is the Express. Under 4 minutes to go. First period, Rapids up 2-1. Underhill tried to hit his line mate, Lundbohm, screaming to the net, was unable to hit the pass. As Rapids now trying to get the puck out, and they do. Byman wasn't able to get the puck to stay on his stick, so got to reload his Rapids, and they do. Ryan trying to get around the defense, and he does. Shot, big rebound, loose puck on the slot, turned around by the Express. Express trying to go, and there's your penalty against Rapids as Korneve gets a trip. And that will be your first penalty of the game. As going into the box is Ivan Korneve, coming up here at 16:36. There is now a power play for the Express. So you just scored a goal on the power play. Now you've got to kill one. You got to transition your thinking pretty quick.
Of course, going from having momentum to almost getting that momentum thrown right back at you is something that's definitely going to be a big game changer, and you just, at that point you got to start playing a lot of big defense.
Passing around the puck, Moskanovic, he sends it in. That's turned away by, I believe, Ruffalo in a mix of humanity between Shaw and the shooter. Shot, and there you go, shot and a goal, power play goal, and they get it right back, as you can't give the opportunities to the Express, as I believe that was Caleb Birch on the goal. That was set up perfectly, though. Tic-tac-toe on the doorstep, and there you go.
Of course, having that power play momentum will do you great numbers when it comes to passing.
Now it'll be interesting to see how Rapids responds. 16, I believe that would be 16:57. Time of the goal. And we'll await the assists on that, but you can't take penalties, and when you do, you got to clear the puck. Rapids is unable to do so, and now we've got a 3-2 hockey game with 3 minutes to go, first period. As they send the puck down, no icing, touched up right at mid-ice.
Number 15, Caleb Birch. He was assisted by number 18, Zachary Halling.
Zach Halling.
29, Nicholas Skaitis.
And Nicholas Skaitis on the assist. So you can see the Express starting to turn up the pressure as they can see themselves back at the game. Just bowled over was Riani by Oliver Bolduc. He just looked like a bulldozer out there, taking his man down. As no penalty being called, just physical hockey. As we got a whistle for a icing. 2:20 left to go in the opening frame of this North Division game in the USPHL. 12-4 shot advantage, Wisconsin Rapids over Northwest. As there's been some very pretty goals on both sides of it. Face-off was to the blocker side of Freshwater. Rapids does hold the zone. Ruffalo tied up behind the goal. Puck squirts loose. Diamond trying to hold the zone. Back out to Bolduc. He sends it around. Down low to Ruffalo behind the goal again. 2 minutes to go. Ruffalo skating at the circle, stops. Sends it back out. Bolduc skates to his left. Sends it back down to Ruffalo. He loses his handle. As Underhill hit behind the goal. Puck comes loose. Mikhail Ilian tries to chip it back the other way as the puck comes out to the blue line. Duchesne sends in off the pads of Freshwater as the puck bouncing around. Rapids holding the zone. Nice drop pass to Ruffalo from Ilian. As puck tied up in the corner in front of the beer garden. Diamond, nice collision in the far corner. A minute and a half to play, first period. Rapids up 3-2. Puck sent in. That was stopped by the defense. Popped high in the air and now cleared out by the Express. Line change for the Express. And now Rapids got to try to get them in a little bit of disarray. They do not as puck slides in the slot. Turned away by the Express as Diamond lays a nice hit on the far side against Mazkiewicz. 1 minute left in the first period. Rapids up 3-2. As shot sent in, turned to the other side. Shaw had a beat on it, but that turned away before it got to him. There's 46 seconds remain in the period. 3-2 is our score as puck bounces out neutral ice. Kashoda was able to get there before Williams. Shot sent in behind the goal, bounces off the boards. Boldick is taken down, just incidental contact, 30 seconds to go. Byman skating near side, getting pushed to the outside, skates into the zone, shot from the slot, up into the netting, and we got a whistle, 20 seconds left to go in the frame. Rapids up 3-2, as face-off will be coming to the right side, the blocker side of Freshwater. You got to say, Rapids has done a good job answering, but so has the Express when they've had the chance and needed to answer so far in this first period. 20 seconds to go. Face-off controlled by the Express. They send it up to neutral ice. Boldick and Chevy Alexander race to it first. Rapids is trying to send it up. 10 seconds to go. Puck's loose. Far boards. Trying to get it up into neutral ice. They do. As Koro Benkikov sends it up into the defensive zone for the Express. And 1 second, and there's your horn. And we are through 20 minutes of action where Wisconsin Rapids leads 3-2. Scoring started just 16 seconds in as Bryce Millington lit the lamp 16 seconds in with assists to Preston Lundbohm and to Eli Underhill with assists, but then Rapids answered right away. 35 seconds into it. There's your goal, scored by Daniil Korobenkikov with assists to Felix Allstrand and Jacob Chevy Alexander. Rapids answered yet again at 1:48. Mikhail Ilian got in the scoring with assists to Riley Duke and Mateo Ruffalo. Rapids then on the power play added another one at 14:48. Felix Allstrand lit the lamp with assists to Mikhail Ilian and Jonathan Jaksoy. But right away, the Express, they were able to get in on a power play of their own, and they made Rapids pay when at 16:57. Caleb Birch got the scoring again for the Express with assists. I believe those were to Zachary Halling and Alex Demies. So there you have it with the scoring. And Rapids, they hold a 13-4 shot advantage at the break. Deacon Shaw stopping 2 of 4 shots seen, whereas Ryland Freshwater has stopped 10 of 13. So with that, it's 20 minutes in the books. We got 40 more to go, and it's going to be exciting. And we'll have it for you here after a short break here on 105.5 FM WIRI, Black Bear TV, and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. We're back here after the conclusion of the first intermission. Coming up on the start of the second period where Wisconsin Rapids, they lead Northwest Express 3-2. The Express scored just 16 seconds of that first period. And then it was sandwiched in there with the goal 35 seconds, a minute 48. And at 14:48 by Rapids, 14:48 was power play. But then Express, as I said, they sandwiched that in there with a power play goal of their own at 16:57. And that's how we sit at a 3-2 score. Rapids out shooting the Express 13-4 in that first frame, where Freshwater made 10 saves and Deacon Shaw made 2. So we're underway, and it's going to be fun to see how both teams settle in after that opening period. Wisconsin Rapids going from my right to the left in this frame, and the Express going from my left to the right, conversely. Express wearing their white sweaters, white socks, black breezers, as they have black and a lighter color blue trim. Rapids wearing their blue tops, breezers, and socks with green and white trim on there as well. Puck played out to middle ice, where Duchesne's able to chip it back up. No icing will be called, as we are 45 seconds into this second period, where both teams just trying to feel things out. So after that first period, Julian, what do you got to say if you're a Wisconsin Rapids River King?
Well, I say that this game is being played out in a very fun manner, and you know, man, this game is, it's a good game. You just got to keep playing.
And then if you are the Express, I mean, you've proven that you can answer. What about if you're a member of the Express?
Well, you might be having some doubts, considering you might be down one, but you know, same as the Riverkings. You just got to keep playing and keep up that momentum.
As Rapids gets the puck up mid-ice, Mikhail Ilian sends it in around the boards, as Jacksoe is able to get there first, trying to look for a place to center it, and they do, and Al Strand cannot bury it. Chevy Alexander giving chase, can't hold the zone, as Korobenkov back to Nelson. Chevy Alexander up to Jacksoe. Allstrand with it now, breaking up into the zone. No offsides. That was a close one, as we've played 2 minutes here in this second period. Rapids leading 3-2. Puck redirected up into the netting. Stoppage of play, 17:56 to go, as we skate on.
In the first period, Northwest Express
Standings are as follows. Minnesota, Wisconsin Rapids tied for first with 15 points. The Squatch with 15 points. Steele County with 10. Northwest with 8. Hudson with 3. The Mullets with 2. And the Outlaws still searching for their first points of the year. It's early in the season that's going to happen, as these standings will eventually spread out and even out, and you'll have a pretty good idea of who's pretty solid and going to contend for a Nationals trip, and those who may not. So, face off to the Blocker side of Freshwater. Rapids does control it for the moment. Jacksoe battling, I believe that was Jacksoe. No, that was Korobenkov, excuse me. 17-12 with a folded up jersey. Look very similar. As trying to break out is the Express. Playing in their end a little bit. Is the ice, there's a little bit of sheen on it. There's a little bit of water on it yet, which is unfortunately customary here in Rapids. Zamboni does such a good job, they just can't get ice to form. The puck goes back around the boards. Sylvia Alexander gets bumped off the puck. And puck sent out to neutral ice where Caleb Birch is there. Whiffs on a shot. Lucas Nelson sends it up against the boards. Jacksoe to Korobenkov. Break into the zone at the same time. Puck comes back out neutral ice, and there's a line change for Rapids. That could have been bad if Birch would have gotten a head of steam on a breakout. And there's a whistle for an icing against the Riverkings. 16:48 left to go in this second frame. Rapids up 3-2. A lot of fun at the intermission. The band was playing, and there was the costume contest. It was won by a bunch of officials who were seeing-eyed. That was fun. Even though I think the crew's done fairly well tonight. That's just customary. Got to make fun of the crew. Yes. Riani nearly had a shot opportunity at the top of the slot, but that just couldn't get a good stick on it. As Rapids trying to pin the puck back down deep in their offensive zone. They send it down where the Express are able to gather possession. And now an icing against Rapids, so another stoppage, 16:23. A little bit of disjointed play to this point in the second period, but it'll even out as both teams honestly, I think both teams are kind of afraid to make the first mistake here in the second period.
Of course, you never want to make a mistake. Mistakes are often going to cause you some goals, and no team wants that.
As they might be at a premium the rest of the way as both teams have settled in. As Duke picks up that face-off that was in the Rapid side, the glove side of Shaw, his left side. As turned away by Shaw from the blue line. That was shot in by Dalton Slama. And now Rapids trying to pick up puck, neutral ice. They do. Ryan with Williams on the side. And there will be a tripping penalty called against the Express. Power play coming for Wisconsin Rapids. As trip, I believe that will be the call, as it should be. And going into the box will be, we'll see for a second here.
Hooking.
Or hooking. And that will be Slama. Number 6. Time of the penalty, 4:04. Power play for Rapids. They're 1 for 1 on the power play already tonight. Rapids gets that face off. 1. As Rapids works the puck around the perimeter. That was a hook, not a trip. My apologies. Puck loose in the slot. Rapids trying to hold it in, and they cannot. Nearly an odd rush. 2-0 rush against the Rapids, as there is now. And offsides against the Riverkings, as they will have to regroup. Face off, neutral ice. Rapids got lucky on that. That was near a 2-0 rush. That would have been big trouble. That's never a situation you want to see coming your way, no matter how good of a goalie you are. Diamond against Alexander on that face-off. Neutral ice. Rapids controls it. Ilian, Allstrand, Jacksoy, Boldick. All out there for the Riverkings. Drop pass, Diamond along the far boards. Back out blue line. Allstrand back down to the red line. And Diamond. Puck bounced off Ilian's stick. Held in by Allstrand as he's skating in. Being harassed back down the blue line. There is Diamond looking for a quick pass out front. And Rapids able to hold it in. Jacksoy at the blue line. Back down low to Diamond. Diamond centering. Shot and a goal! Beautiful pass from Diamond to Ilian on the doorstep. And Rapids gets their second power play goal of the game. Beautiful setup, wasn't it, Julian?
Yeah, that setup was very, very well constructed. Going based off their power play, it created a very big opportunity, which they used to get a goal.
5:03, time of the power play goal. As Ilian with the second goal of the game, I believe. As Diamond with the assist. We'll wait the official ruling, but 5:03 by my count on the clock. As they drop the face-off, and Rapids back with the possession. Second of the night was Ilian.
He was assisted by number 8,
Noah Diamond. And Boldick with the assist. And now, once Rapids gets a power play goal, they are going back on the PK for an interference, as the Express get a power play opportunity now too. As that power play for the Express will be coming up at 5:19. So Logan Byman going in the box, and Rapids going to have to try to kill off power play. The shot sent in, and a goal! Just got done saying it, and there you have it. They light the lamp on a one-timer from the point, and the Express come back 4-3. Last 4 goals have been on the power play, 2 for each team. Don't see that too often. As 5:24. Time of the goal. We'll wait for the official scoring, just to be on the right side of things. got to give the Express a lot of credit. They answer back when they have to. And it just goes to show just how important that power play has been for both teams. As we await the official scoring, face-off controlled by the Express.
Express power play goal scored by number 15, Caleb Birch.
Caleb Birch with his second goal.
Assisted by number 29, Nicholas
Skiatis.
And by number 18, Zachary
And Halling on the assist. Birch from Skiatis and Halling. And that's at 5:24 as there is another penalty being whistled. We'll see who this is against. I think it might be against Wisconsin Rapids. Another Rapids penalty. And that's Jacksoy trying to figure out what he did, because he is not aware of what he did. I didn't see it happen, as I just saw two players on the ice, so I did not see it happen. So I was watching the puck. So there's a discussion going on. It's going to be a holding penalty.
Wisconsin Rapids penalty to number 12, Jonathan Jacksoy.
As that penalty will be at 5:50. So the Express, they got a chance to tie this one up at 4-4, as they are 2 for 2 on the power play to this point. Rapids got to obviously do something a little different on their PK. What do you suggest here, Jillian?
Well, I suggest putting on some pressure and trying to learn the positioning to, that can adapt to pretty much what Northwest is doing against them. A lot of their goals also came from, tipping too, so might have to get a little more blockage in, if anything.
15 from 19 and 29 on the Express, goal number 3.
So they changed the scoring on that third goal for the Express. Birch from Calzada, and I believe that was Skiatis. I believe that's what they said. My apologies, just writing it down in a hurry. So Rapids is able to clear the puck once. Now Calzada, he's able to hold the zone, send it back down low for Millington. Up out front. Calzada, high slot to the wing. Skiatis able to send it back out blue line. I don't think Shaw saw that one. His pads got all of it. There's a puck center on the boards and out of the zone, so Rapids able to kill off some time. 45 seconds left to go in the power play. 12:50 left to go in the second period. Rapids up 4-3. Nice defensive block there by Chevy Alexander that turned a hard wrister into the corner. Alexander not able to hold on to the puck as Ilian trying to rush through, and a shorthanded attempt, and it goes up over the goal. Freshwater was able to get a piece of that, as that was going to be a good opportunity for Rapids out of shorthanded goal. Rapids sends the puck back down, 10 seconds to go on the power play kill. And Rapids nearly in trouble here as they got to get back on defense. Shot sent in, nowhere to be found was a stick as they are able to kill off that power play. And the puck goes out of play, so another whistle. 12:05 left to go in the second period. 4-3, Rapids leads. Both teams success on the power play, going 2 for 2. Well, I shouldn't say that. The Express is now 2 for 3, as Rapids is 2 for 2. So Rapids found a way to kill off that penalty. So they're trailing. They're heading in the right direction, if you want to look at it that way, compared to the first two opportunities.
Surely that last goal against was definitely some inspiration to maybe find a way to push them out.
As we got a Lundbohm and Diamond at the neutral ice face-off. Ruffalo and Themmy's getting really close to that face-off, but they keep him out of there. As puck up neutral ice, and then sent down in the Rapids zone. No icing, as we are under 12 minutes to play in the frame. want to give a big shout out to everybody at Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, 105.5 FM WIRI, and of course Black Bear TV. I want to give a shout out to the sound engineer Beth Habiger, back to studio. My apologies, Beth. I thought Seth was on things tonight, but it's you. I'm sure you're doing a great job as always. As 11:40 remaining in this second period. Puck goes out of bounds behind the Rapids bench, so both teams get a line change. And a face-off at neutral ice right below us. Diamond against Holling. Controlled by Northwest. Puck comes back up to the blue line. Big collision on the far boards. Rapids clears the zone. Ilium backhand to the midline. Puck sent around the boards. Duchesne tries to send it up where Birch is. Back out to Calzada. Shot sent in, turned around by Diamond into the corner. Good job putting his body on the line there. As Calzada back from the slot, and Diamond's there again. As Rapids just trying to get out neutral ice, and they do. So there they do, clear the zone. As the Express doing a good job of really neutralizing the Rapids attack so far through the second period. They've only had 2 shots on goal. Skating around is the Express, trying to send it through for a redirect through the slot, no avail. As Rapids clears the puck back out, no icing, as it's darn near squirts on to down towards Rhode Island Freshwater. Puck sent in, Shaw sends it behind the goal, around the boards, right in front of the beer garden. Nice collisions on that side of the ice. Lamantia trying to send it down low in the slot, where there's a backhand attempt, turned away by the Rapids defense. Barbankikov not able to hold it, as it's still held into the zone. Rapids looking to get it out here. I don't know if they need an icing or not, but trying to lift it up neutral ice, and they get it there. Yeah, there you have it. As now the Express have to reload. We're past halftime of the game, past 10 minutes in the second period. So we are officially past the halfway point in this one. Puck goes down into the Northwest end. No icing is the call. Digging, bumping physical play behind the goal. And Schroeder picks up the puck on the far side. Sends it up. As the Express, they got numbers, as there should be an offsides, and there is a whistle for offsides. 9.5 to go. Second period, Rapids leading 4-3. Both teams kind of afraid to blink here, as who knows what the next error will be and what it will lead to. Face off, neutral ice, Lundbohm up against Ryan. Rapids coming away with it. Bouncing in is Byman. Tries to send it in. Now Rapids will be offsides. They got to reset. It is quickly going the other way as Lundbohm. Playing a bit behind the goal are the Express. Really playing physical, as both teams are. Chevy Alexander tries to chip it up ahead to Williams, and they get that up to neutral ice. Byman racing in there, trying to get a rush on, as Williams trying to break the puck into the zone. He cannot do it. As Rapids needs to reset. Chevy Alexander up to Allstrand, who sends it down. Trying to hold into his themis. Turnover right on the doorstep. Shot in the goal. Allstrand adds another one. Rapids goes up 5-3. That was a turnover that right when you saw it happen, it could be trouble. And Allstrand buries it, and Rapids regains a 2-goal lead. Outstanding shot, as that should be, for my count, 12-22. No power play, but it is by Allstrand with his second game, or goal of the game. We'll see what the assists are. As Rapids regains that 5-3 advantage, that 2-goal advantage over the Express. This is a fun one tonight, folks. Hope you're having fun as well, as both teams really laying it out there, leaving it on the ice. This is going to set up for a fantastic third period for sure. As Rapids striking early, Hudson, or not, excuse me, the Express struck early. That's Rapids having to answer and hold them off.
Scoring his
8th of the season and 2nd of the night. Allstrand, Felix Allstrand with the goal. And we'll wait for the assists.
Team assistant number 14, Riley Williams.
Riley Williams with the assist.
Allstrand from
With just one assist.
the goal, 11-29.
11:29, they're calling that actually, as we continue our play. Puck sent out to neutral ice after being held down in the Rapids offensive zone. Freshwater stops it behind the cage. 7.5 to go, second period. Rapids up 5-3. And there should be an icing call, and there is. 7:24 left to go in this second period. Rapids up 5-3, out shooting the Express 16-9. Is that just goaltending having a rough night, or are the shots just that good?
I think the shots are really good, considering that these are two very good teams.
Two very good goaltenders too. So I think we're seeing some of the two to this point in the season. No disrespect to anyone else that we have not seen. Two of the better offensive teams in the league, by my estimation. It's a shot sending off the face-off and covered by Freshwater. If he wasn't ready for that, that's another goal. That was quick on that trigger off that face-off. So we will be having another face-off. Same side, left side, glove side, as we wait the matchup.
I'm sure taking shots by two teams that definitely practice very often cannot be easy for any goaltender.
Absolutely not, my friend, as face-off controlled by Rapids. As Korobenkov to Jacksoe at below the goal line. Collision on the doorstep. As Express player lost his stick and getting popped in the face with Jacksoe. Now the Express trying to get in one end, and bad pass from Hemies, and the puck's still held in the zone. Rapids able to get it up. Korobenkov into the zone. Ryan's right there, trying to skate around some defenders. He does. Shot behind the goal. Right idea if you're a Rapids fan, as the puck's below the goal. Can't get there. As the puck still turned over in the slot. Williams cannot hold on to it. Coming out of there is Underhill. Even though you're down by 2, you've come back from those deficits earlier in the game. So if you're the Express, you can't be too discouraged, as you've done it before. Probably just don't want to keep having to do it. This bouncing puck swatted out of the air by Freshwater. Good hand-eye coordination, young man. As now it's a 3-on-1. Opportunity, turn just wide. That was just a push, just a couple inches wide, as Shaw was committed near side, and there will be an icing penalty coming up, or an icing call against the Riverkings. So back down the ice we go. 5:54 left in the second period. Fun night tonight here at the Old Pond in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, come on down, still some room here. Big crowd. I'm not sure how many hundred people are here, but I'd be thinking, what? Probably close to 300-400. It's not bad. As face-off, that was to the blocker side of Shaw, won by Rapids. They cleared the zone up to neutral ice. Lots of fun sports this weekend. World Series starts tonight. You can put that on TV and listen to the game. This game, of course. Puck played behind the goal. On the doorstep, Rapids trying to clear it out of there. Covered up by Shaw. 5:25 left to go. As one thing we haven't seen yet, knock on wood for it, not a lot of pushing and shoving after the whistle or anything like that. Just two hard-working blue-collar teams just going at it, trying to get some goals.
Yeah, both teams are playing very in their own respective manner, and they're just, playing the puck. They're not trying to get too disrespectful with one another, but, they definitely show they're hardworking.
Lundbohm against Diamond on that face-off to the glove side of Shaw. That's controlled by the Express. The centering, sitting there in the slot. And a huge glove save by Shaw. My goodness. I don't know if he saw that as it was almost to the goal line. He grabs it and says, hey, look, your goal's in my glove. And the stoppage of play, 5:15 to go in the frame. Rapids up 5-3.
Very phenomenal save indeed. Without that save, the Rapids maybe only leading by 1.
That was an outstanding save, as we saw tons of outstanding saves last weekend as Hudson, their goaltending duo, they were outstanding in the pipes, and we've seen good goaltending again this weekend. Has popped up puck, battled for it, someone trying to knock it down. Ruffalo has it for the Riverkings, back out to the blue line. Picked up by Diamond, out of the zone, so got to reload if you are the Express. Duke to Ilian at the mid-ice stripe. Backhand pass up to Ruffalo. Ruffalo looking at Diamond on the doorstep, and that's turned away by Freshwater. He was all over that. There's another centering attempt, spinning by Ruffalo, no avail. As the puck will come down, that'll be on goal, so Shaw had to play it. Leaved up ahead to Duke. Duke brings it up, neutral ice, skating, and he sends it down, looking for a little bit of a line change, and they will get it, as everybody on there's gotta back out for an offsides. That was close, but it was offsides nonetheless. And there will be no icing on that. 4 minutes to go in the second period. Puck comes back around the boards, near side. Gorbenkov. Jaksoy on the near side. Screened out there. Chevy Alexander tried to take a shot, and that was turned inadvertently away by Jaksoy. As there's fighting on the doorstep. Shot. Big rebound from Chevy Alexander. Dump pass back down along the boards, back behind the goal. Allstrand is there, trying to send it out in front on the doorstep. And that's cleared out by the defense. Shot sent in, turned away by Freshwater. Behind the goal, Gorbenkov sends it back around where Jaksoy is. Allstrand in the corner. Jaksoy. Gorbenkov. Chevy Alexander at the blue line along with Lucas Nelson. Getting out of that scrum in the corner with 3 minutes to go in the frame. Bouncing puck at the blue line, sent back down. Gorbenkov tries to center it, nobody home as the Express break out. Back onside, getting it through a little bit of a scrum there. Puck comes loose. There you have it. Nelson sends up to Gorbenkov. Now there will be a line change for Rapids. Nelson loses a stick. Williams trying to play some defense. Nelson falling back as a shot right in the belly of Shaw. 2.5 to go in the second period. And we've got a 5-3 score. Rapids advantage over the Express. 20-13 shot advantage, as that stayed pretty consistent through most of the game. Not quite a 2-1 advantage for Rapids, but you really saw the Express really come to play early in this period as they even that number out pretty quickly. Just recently, Rapids has been applying pressure as Williams trying to get to a loose puck in the zone. Everybody's onside. Play it to the near side. Byman sends it back down. Ryan in there. Williams. As Duchesne and Bolduc hold the blue line. Puck comes back loose below the goal line. 2 minutes to go in the period. Now it's a 2-2 rush. Duchesne, good chop at that puck to knock it off the stick and out to neutral ice. Duchesne sends it behind the goal. Shaw had to drop down to a knee to make sure it didn't get close to the post. Puck kicked out of there. Duchesne up to Williams. Tip pass up to Ryan. Up ahead, Byman. He sends it back down. No icing, as that was a good tip. 1.5 to go in this second period. Rapids up 5-3. Express trying to get some force here. Underhill breaks into the zone, waiting for his teammates. Themis sends in. That's going to be through the crease and through the slot, turned away by Shaw as Rapids trying to get the puck out, and they do. Underhill can't get a stick on it. No icing, however, as a minute 10 remains in the frame. Puck sent down. There's going to be a mad rush for it. Then he's against Buldick. There's a nice collision against the boards at the beer garden. 1 minute remains in the frame. Both teams playing close as we get closer and closer to that ending horn in the second period. We're good ups there by the official. Good vertical there. Give him the tip of the cap as well. Puck comes up neutral ice. Ruffalo can't get to it. He would add a one-on-one break. 30 seconds remaining in the frame. Muldick, pass up. Ilian, Ruffalo. Back to Ilian, who gets the puck poked away. Back to neutral ice. There's going to be a 2-2 rush. Shot. That's going to be broken away as Duchesne has his stick broken. Now puck covered up by Shaw, so 17.1 seconds remain. Is going to have to get a new stick here. Has got some firewood going. .1. Rapids got to be careful not to give up one quick one off this face-off, because they would, I'm sure, would like to have a 2-goal lead heading into the final 20 minutes of play. And there's a whistle, as it appears that broke into the face-off circle a little too quickly, my friends. 16.1 to go. Rapids up 5-3, 20-14 shot advantage for the Riverkings. Face-off, Aksoy coming up against Jacob Alexander. They're kicking out Aksoy, putting in Daniil Korobenkov. As he's trying to send it down low. Shaw, you can't get there as he's made the stop. Shot and a goal. It slides right in there with 6.7 to go. And that's what the Express needed going in to the locker room for the second intermission. You had seconds to get negated. They were not able to. And there you have it. 5-4. And this is a heck of a shootout coming up here. 19:54 time of the goal. I didn't see the score, so we'll wait the official announcement. As, boy, goals aplenty tonight. So we'll face off. Gaksoy gets Holling.
Express goal scored by number 15,
Caleb Birch with the goal.
He was assisted by number 28, Jacob Alexander. Birch, time of the goal, 19:53.
19:53, time of the goal. As Caleb Birch, he's got a hat trick tonight. So he's having a good night for the Express as the scoring in this frame. Cale Ilian, 5:03 on the power play. Noah Diamond, Olivier Bolduc on the assist. Then Birch, he gets in on the scoring, gets his second goal. Then at 11:29, Felix Alstrand gets his second goal with an assist to Riley Williams. And then the hat trick for Caleb Birch with an assist to Jacob Alexander. Saves through 2. The Express have sent in 16 shots.
Thank you, John.
Has 16 shots, 12 saves for Deacon Shaw. Ryland Freshwater, he has faced 21 shots as he has made 16 saves. So he's doing all right there. This has been a fun one to this point. But, man, it's going to be a heck of a finish as we play a game and get a new sheet of ice. So, with that, we're going to take our break here, second intermission, and we'll be back here on Black Bear TV, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media on 105.5 FM WRI, where the Riverkings lead the Express 5-4. We're back here, Southwood County Recreation Center. USPHL Premier North Division Clash, Game 1 of the 2-game series. Wisconsin Rapids and the Northwest Express, they are in a battle. Rapids leading 5-4. 2 goals apiece in that second period. Rapids was leading 3-2 after the first. That is how we got 5-4. Both teams with 2 power play goals apiece. In final 20 minutes of regulation, this is going to be a good one. As the opening face-off controlled by the Riverkings. They play back in their own zone. As now the Express trying to pick off the puck and get some opportunities underway. As shot from the blue line turned away by Shaw. As the puck comes out of bounds and whistle of play. 19:35 left. Rapids up 5-4. As we get closer and closer to the decisive time. Face off. Diamond, Lundbohm, blocker side of Shaw. Puck controlled by the Express. Tried to get a point blank shot there, but unable to do so as the puck comes back out neutral ice. There shouldn't be any icing being played by Freshwater. Rapids nearly had a turnaround shot on that clear, but no avail. Coming back down to the Rapids end of the ice as the Express. As Rapids going from my left to the right, and the Express going from my right to the left in this frame. Moldick knocks down the puck at his own blue line across the way. His line mate who sends it down. No touching, as there was a touch, so no icing, excuse me. And this puck comes back out neutral ice. To attack rush for the Express coming into the zone as they get held up. Turned away by Rapids. Puck coming out, neutral ice. Rapids can't quite get a turnaround shot. Shaw was paying attention as he knocks it away. Collision behind the cage of Chevy Alexander. Then that's up to Lucas Nelson. And then Aksoy tries to clear it. He's unable to. Puck sends right back down. Chevy Alexander is there. Centering attempt by the Express, but it is cleared by Rapids for a line change. 18:10 remaining in the third period. As Korobenkov tries to run some disruption and get an odd rush. He's unable to. His puck comes back up. Neutral ice. Chevy Alexander, first one there, as he sends a puck up. Touched at mid-ice. Williams is there. Ryan screaming down the ice as Rapids gets a line change. 17:50 to go in regulation. And as Williams sends behind the cage to Korobenkov. Ryan, collision on the far side with Kalzama. Shot, sending from the blue line. Defense was there. Unable to get there is Korobenkov. And now the Express trying to break up in neutral ice. Loose puck picked up by Duke as he sends it back down. Big collision at neutral ice as no one was there. No penalties being called. Let's let them play on. This is going to be decided by the players. And that's the way it should be. Fletcher sends a puck to Duke. Up, chipped up by Diamond at the midline. And we have 17 to go. Puck comes through the zone, and it will be a 2-3 attack as Birch tries to scream in. He's already got a hat trick. Tried to wrap around. He could not do it. This puck sits there in the high slot. Underhill screaming in. Shot, sent in, covered by Shaw. And there you have it. You've got your whistle. 16:51 as teams start talking. We'll push it and shoving, but that's all right. Not to no avail. We'll be all right as we come up. 16:51 to go. Rapids leading 5-4. 21-21 shots. Now it's even as the Express are trying to get that equalizer early and really wear down the clock, and then may the next goal win. Rapids, I'm sure, would love to add another one as we get a little breathing room. As the Express really holding the zone early in the third period, excuse me. As Rapids having a hard time getting the puck up out of the zone. Diamond does now, trailed by Ruffalo and Bolduc. Gets around his man, skates in, shot, and that's gobbled up by Freshwater. Nice save, young man, as we got 16:29 remaining in this third period. Both teams playing well to this point. And there will be a face-off coming up to the glove side of Freshwater. So to this point, both teams battling it out. The Express evening up the shots on goal. As Bolduc takes a shot from the blue line, bounced off of Riani. And the puck stays in the Rapids attacking zone. Unable to get there, however, as now it's at neutral ice. Nice collision between Bolduc and Halling as Duchesne sends the puck, and it got picked off by the Express. Sending it around the boards. Bouncing puck. Ilian drops it. No hand pass being called. Bouncing puck. Bouncing around. It was picked up there by Gabriel Sorensen. Remember his name just because his name isn't on the back of his sweater. He's the only one in the Express that I have seen that way. So easy to remember him as Duchesne has the puck behind the goal. Chipped up ahead, going to Ruffalo, and he sends it neutral ice. Where Underhill's there. Express have to regroup and get back on sides. Underhill screaming in. Duchesne playing defense as he does. Bolduc swings over as the puck goes up against the boards. Allstrand up to Korbenkikov. Diamond along the far side. Benkikov trailing. Allstrand shot, and that goes up high off the glass, and now there's a whistle. Got into the netting. 15-16 remaining in regulation. 5-4, Rapids lead. Julian, it's do or die time. You can see where the Express have come out charging hard. What do they have to do to draw even or even draw ahead?
Well, I'm sure North Express in their locker rooms, they were saying how they got to come back strong into this third period, and, you know, they got to keep it up. I mean, you know, leading from the second period goal, almost, you know, closing the second period, it'll give them the momentum to maybe come back, but, you know, I'm sure they just got to keep working hard to keep playing.
Then Rapids, of course, they got to keep that advantage, keep that edge as they hold that lead. And it's always, as it goes without saying, it's always easier to play with a lead, but a one-goal lead after having two several times throughout the game, that can get a little frustrating. What can you maybe plant a seed of doubt, if there could be one, of why can't we pull away from these guys? But that's the quality of team that the Express is. Whistle for an offsides, 14:30 to go. Do you think there is a little bit of frustration on the Rapid side of it because they haven't been able to pull away?
Of course, I'm sure the coach is, you know, yelling at the team. Maybe they gotta pull it through, and, you know, work together a little bit more.
Well, we're having a face-off at neutral ice. 14:27 to go. As the officiating crew says, you guys got to back up. You're creeping in a little too close. As Colin Ryan doing battle with Preston Lundbohm. Lundbohm, a very fine player. He was with the team last year, the Express, and really good puck player. As Rapids has the puck below the goal line, behind the goal of the Express. Williams harassing his man, Sorensen. As the puck comes up to the blue line, flips up where Fletcher is. He sends it across to the Sports Commission sign. As the Express try to pass the puck up. Ryan gets there as he stops at the circle, sends the puck around the boards. Williams is there. Byman on the doorstep. As he tries to spin around, he can't get there, and the Express try to mark a charge. Birch sends the puck into the opposing corner. He's got 3 goals tonight as he's trying to add to the tally and pull even with the Riverkings. He's been kind of a one-man wrecking crew. As puck chipped up to neutral ice, not able to get there was Williams. As Ilian is there, and there will be a whistle. As we'll see what the call is. I think there will be too many men. Too many men on the ice for Rapids, I think, so there could be a power play coming for the Express. And there is, as Aiden Welsh will be going to the box to serve the penalty. First penalty of the third period. Time of the power play opportunity will be 6:31. So power play coming up for the Express. This is not the situation that Rapids wants to be in.
Penalty is 6:31.
6:31, time of the penalty. And that's power play for the Express as they've scored twice on it so far tonight. Rapids really needs to get going as losing his stick on the far side is Allstrand. And now Diamond, he's got an opportunity to break one out as he just sends it down as he eats up some time. Freshwater sends it around the boards and back of him as Elzada brings it up into the zone for the Express to have an opportunity. Puck comes through the slot, no one home. Rapids trying to clear this out as we've got about a minute 20 remaining on this power play, and it comes through the zone. So, killing off more time is Rapids. 12:40 to go in regulation. Rapids leading 5-4. Thanks for joining us here on 105.5 FM WIRI, Black Bear TV, and Wisconsin Rapids Community Media. It's all very much appreciated by all of our listeners, no matter where you may be. As Lundbohm sends a puck around the boards in the Rapids end. And it comes all the way back out, neutral ice. Underhill is there. Leaves it up. Themis. Now Bolduc takes a slapper and sends it all the way down with 30 seconds left on the skater advantage for the Express. 12 minutes left to go in regulation. Duke is there, collision, and the puck goes up in the netting, so we get another whistle. 11:57 remaining in regulation, and 28 seconds to go on the skater advantage. Rapids doing a good job to this point. Still more time that they got to do to wear off that clock. Face off neutral ice. Ruffalo is in there against Alexander, getting around the skater. I believe that was Lundbohm. Lucky Rapids didn't get a hook penalty on that. As Alexander, Lundbohm, a little bit of miscommunication by the Express as the puck goes through the slot. Nobody home. Bolduc tried to lift it up. There's 5 seconds left to go on the skater advantage as Freshwater banging the stick on the ice, letting his teammates know. And we are back at even strength. Rapids is able to negate that penalty as Welsh chips it back to neutral ice to get a line change if Rapids needs one and get back to even strength. Alexander breaks into the zone for the Express. He gets sidetracked by the defense of Rapids. Puck in the corner. Giving chase now is Olivier Bildick. He's looking up to pass it way up to neutral ice where Underhill plays it. Ruffalo gets it on a bounce. He whiffs on a shot. Williams with a slapper from the slot. That goes up into the netting. Now they stoppage. 10:56 to go in this one. Rapids up 5-4. 22-22 shot advantage. Rapids did a great job killing that penalty kill. That's got to be a confidence builder there because they've had troubles with that tonight.
Definitely. For them to kill a penalty and, you know, come back from losing 2 goals to penalty, a power play for the Northwest Express. I mean, you know, it'll definitely give them some inspiration to keep going.
Well, there is a face-off to the blocker side of Freshwater, controlled by Rapids. A slap shot from the slot comes through and just wide of the mark. Puck bouncing around in the slot. Neither team can get a stick on it. It looks like they're batting it around with their hands. Almost looks like a tennis match. Just give them rackets, and that's what they're doing. Puck bounces back down into the defense. Byman, he had an opportunity for a turnover. Skated in and played by Freshwater. 10.5 to go in regulation. Big block by Nelson in the slot when the Express had an opportunity to break through on through. Bouncing puck at mid-ice. Scooped up by Alexander as he breaks up into the zone. Nelson pushing him off the puck. Puck in the corner. Battling over it. Trying to send it around the boards. Puck's still sitting there as both teams are tied up. Puck bouncing. Now into neutral ice for Ilian. Being trailed by Chevy Alexander. 2-on-1 for Rapids. Shot. And that went off the side of the goal. And then Shot tried to get one off the backside of Freshwater. No avail. 9:48 to go in this one. Rapids up 5-4. Express breaking up. Slama has to pass back. Nice bounce there for Rapids. Ilian off the board, stops, spins, pass back to Chevy Alexander, up ahead to Diamond. Diamond breaks into the zone, and there will be a whistle for offsides. 9.5 to go. Rapids up 5-4 as both teams struggling to keep a good flow to this one, but a lot of physical play, a lot of very good puck handling, stick handling, and not a lot of pushing and shoving and extracurriculars. This has been a fun one to watch. Face off at neutral ice, Diamond up against Holling as Fletcher sends it down into the Express end. It's controlled by Rapids. Ilian in the corner. Pass up ahead to Ruffalo, then back to Ilian. Puck bounce back towards the blue line. Fletcher as it's knocked down for the Express. As Underhill skates up, tried to leave pass in the slot, shot over the crossbar as that was a close one. As Ilian trying to get the puck back out neutral ice, and he does. Nice collision as there's a whistle. As there's a slash, and now there's a pushing and shoving. Ilian, Holling, Tumbrink all in there. Diamond trying to get guys all separated. Pushing, shoving. As we will see how this one goes. Right, get done saying it's been clean, no physicality. There is now, as there will be a slash penalty called up. And we'll see if there's anything else. We'll see what else is being whistled. Is that slash, I believe, is against the Express. And we'll see what the exact call is. Going in for the Express is Dalton Slama. For a slash. As that will be 11:03, time of the penalty. Now Rapids with the power play opportunity. And we'll see if they can get that 2-goal lead back. 2-goal lead here will be huge as we are under 9 minutes to play. Face off, that was to the blocker side of Freshwater, controlled by the Express as Birch takes it down and pins it up in the corner. Just eating up time. The puck squirts out there. It'll be Buldick picks it up. Pass up ahead to Ilian on the near side. Ilian takes it up into the zone. Gets pushed off the puck, but gets back to it right in front of the beer garden. Drop pass to Allstrand. Diamond in the wing. Back to Allstrand. Diamond, he skates it towards center. Crossing pass through the slot. Ruffalo cannot get one through. Allstrand back behind. Goes through the slot, nobody home. 1:14 left to go in the power play for Rapids as 8 minutes remains. Puck touched up by Rapids and sent right back down by the Express. Rapids being disjointed on this power play opportunity. Buldick up to Duxoy. Ilian trying to get up the boards as he gets hit right in front of the Express bench. Hooting and hollering from the Express. They like that one. As the puck comes back out, Duxoy cannot hold it. Nothing. Spins. Stops for Buldick. Puck sent back down. 30 seconds left to go on the skater advantage. Rapids really struggling to get anything going here. Cleared, sent in on Shaw. And the Express have a shot advantage over the Riverkings. 23-22. Diamond trying to skate up as there will be no offside. Sent down. Corneve battling behind the goal. Puck is loose. Underhill's there trying to send it out with 10 seconds to go on the penalty kill. Chevy Alexander gets the puck as he's probably thinking, well, let's just wait and don't get a transitional goal as Ruffalo gets pushed to the far side. Shot, and that goes right through the crease. Binkov was not able to get one. The shot on there, he's on the doorstep. A shot, bouncing puck, that got knocked away by Freshwater. And now there is a little bit of a rush for the Express. 6.5 to go. Rapids up 5-4. Shot over the bar, the crossbar, as puck comes back loose to neutral ice. Williams chips it deep. Rapids trying to get a line change. Williams tied up behind the goal. 6:20 left to go in regulation. Rapids up 5-4 over the Express. Tied up behind the goal. Nobody cheating there. It's just being pushing and shoving and pushing and shoving. And there's a delayed penalty being called. And that'll be against Wisconsin Rapids. As there will be a collision behind the goal. Pushing, shoving. Touched up by Rapids. So we'll see what the call is. And there will be a cross check against Rapids. And that goal, or that penalty, excuse me, will be 14:04 as in the box goes Ryan. Colin Ryan. So Rapids, and now we've got a timeout, a timeout being taken by the Express. Excuse me. Time of the penalty, 14:04. Time of the timeout, 14:04. So, all right, you're the Express. You got time running down. You got just under 6 minutes to go. Got a power play. So roughly a third of the game, potentially, you've got with the skater advantage. What is the message that you are giving your players if you're the Express coach?
Well, I mean, now that you're up on the power play, now you pretty much just want to return the momentum that you may have been receiving.
Is that, excuse me, right now, they're down by 1. They've got a skater advantage. They've been fairly successful, at least in the middle portion of the game. They weren't able to convert lately, as Rapids is able to play strong there. But we'll be interested to see what they draw up, because you got to figure there might be a bit of a set play coming up.
Definitely. There's definitely going to be some strategy that the coach is definitely telling his players.
Now, if you're Coach Peck, what are you telling your guys? Because something's got to be coming.
Well, pretty much just want to, if I was coach of the Rapids, I would try to figure out how to, I guess, retaliate against whatever's coming their way.
Face off from the left side, the glove side of Shaw. Jack Soy up against his counterpart. As playing back and forth. As Muskevich on the near side. Puck comes back out. Calzada to Muskevich. Down low. Nice block there. There's a puck trying to be covered there by Shaw. He cannot. Puck comes back to the near side of Muskevich. He tries to chip it back down. Holling, he's involved in that. Up, down to Caleb Birch. Gotta be sure where Birch is. He's got 3 goals in the game. 5:18 to go. Calzada, he passed over to the side. Big rebound by Shaw as he got that stop on there as Ilian tries to clear it. Express holding the zone. Muskevich, shot. Big redirect up into the netting. 5:01 remaining in regulation. 1:05 left to go in the power play. Rapids doing a good job to this point, but there's still a lot of time to go. 26-23 shot advantage for the Express. That's not really something we've seen this year in too many games, especially not here in Rapids. Granted, this is just the third one where a team is out shooting Rapids. Alexander against Diamond on the face-off. On the blocker side of Shaw. Back around comes Lundbohm. He's a dangerous skater. His puck comes through the slot. To Underhill. Rapids trying to clear it, and they are they are able to. I lost sight of the puck for a second, and they eat up a couple seconds. 42 remaining as Lundbohm gets hit right in front of the Rapids bench. Demis sent Lundbohm in the slot, bouncing puck, someone trying to get a stick on it, and it is Chevy Alexander. He's just trying to clear it, and he does. Backhand where it's played by Freshwater. 4:20 to go in regulation. 22 seconds left to go on the skater advantage. Going to be an exciting ending here tonight, folks. Thanks for joining for it, and keep it here if you want to see it and hear it. Nems breaks it up into the zone, looking for somewhere to drop it off to. It's 5 seconds to go on the skater advantage. Shot way high, bouncing off the stanchions. Lundbohm from the circle. Kick save there for Shaw, and comes back out of neutral ice, and there's the end of the power play. As both teams full strength with 3:47 to go. Teams are battling. Alexander skating it up. Now you got to start wondering when they want to pull Freshwater for an extra attacker. 3:30 to go. Rapids trying to get the puck out of the zone. Shot turned away by the defense in front. Ruffalo is there. He sends it back of the goal. Nelson is there, trying to send it off up into neutral ice where Calzada is. Across the ice, pass. A shot turned away by Shaw. 3:14 to go in regulation. Puck comes up neutral ice. There will not be an icing. Slama and Ruffalo battling down low for it. 3 minutes to go. Turnover. Ilian, he skates in. He gets pushed off the puck. He has some little piece of debris on the ice. Might be a mouth guard. There's puck on the far side. Got to figure there's going to be another little rush here as Jacksoy sends a puck back down. Both teams, you can see, getting tired as 2:40 remaining, going up to the right in front of the beer garden. Jacksoy, drop pass, picked up there by Calzada. Korobenkov centering, nobody there, stopped at the blue line by Duchesne. Bolduc got his shot blocked by a pair of skaters, and now there's a breakout by Alexander, who gets thwarted. Bolduc up ahead. Korobenkov, he gets hit hard, knocked to the ice. 2:10 to go. A nice little contact there. No whistles, letting them sort this out. Is Tumbrink up ahead. Tries to get the puck down deep. Under 2 minutes to go. Even strength hockey. Rapids up 5-4. Freshwater started making his way out. Now he's back in goal. The longer Rapids keep this puck in the attacking zone, the better. That they don't have to battle a 5-on-6 situation. Ilian with the puck. Sends it back down low to Ruffalo. Rapids playing a little bit back on the attack, knowing that they cannot allow anyone behind them. Ilian skating out. Sends it back down the boards, held by Ruffalo. Ruffalo skating in, point blank shot, tried to stuff home. He could not, as there we go with the Express. Trying to get through as Lundbohm was not able to hold on to it. Tumbrink pushed off the puck, back at neutral ice. Moskevich. Puck stopped by Diamond. He's got an opportunity here. He's behind the defense. He's skating in. Tried to leave it in the slot. Could not. 1 minute to go. Freshwater inching up as the puck sent up to Lundbohm. There goes Freshwater. And there's your whistle. As a shot covered up by Shaw. 57 seconds to go in this one as they have pulled Freshwater. Empty net for the Express as they go for the 6-on-4 as Rapids taking a timeout. And we've got 57 seconds, so at 19:03. All right, I'll ask you now, kind of the same question but different. You pull your goalie, you down by a goal. It's kind of, you got to approach it kind of like a power play, don't you, if you're the Express?
Of course. I mean, you're going to be up one man. The best thing you can do is treat it as a power play.
And maybe apply pressure to go up 6-4 if you can get Rapids to commit a penalty.
Definitely.
Now, if you're Rapids, you're playing even, but you're down 6-4 or 6-5 for players on the ice, but now you're still up a goal. So what's the look for Rapids? I mean, you get a good shot or an opportunity to send it down, try to get that empty netter, correct?
Well, now that you have that empty net, you know, you're going to have a sixth attacker. You're going to want to treat it as a penalty kill, meaning that you got to have that high that defensive pressure going at all times. You're pretty much going to be firing on all four cylinders.
We'll see how this ends up. 57 seconds. It's been a good one tonight. It has been a very good one tonight, and very happy to be able to have brought you this contest. We got another one tomorrow night. If this is any indication tomorrow, oh boy, we might be in for a good one. As face-off coming to the Walker side of Shaw. 57 seconds left to go. As Birch against Diamond in the face-off circle. Empty net for the Express. And that's cleared out of the zone. Express got to be careful here. No picked off passes as Diamond applying pressure. Got to do something to disrupt the play as Allstrand trying to battle puck, tie up the time. 40 seconds to go. The more time you keep the puck at the far end of the ice, you got to factor that to be better as Ilian tries to clear it back down. He can as the puck trying to come back out. Tumbrink has it. Ilian plays a body, big collision. And Boldick, he takes a shot. And it's just wide of the post. Just wide. And they get an icing call on that. It took a second, but 21.3 remaining in this one. That was close. He missed by not even 6 inches of that far post. But face-off coming back into the Rapid zone. 21.3 remaining. There will be the face-off. We'll see who steps in. That'll be Diamond against Birch. Rapids up 5-4. Going to be a good 21 seconds here. Face-off won by Rapids as they kicked it out of the zone. 15 seconds, they send it back down, off sides, and it is now whistled on sides. So Rapids trying to do something. They send it up, and it goes all the way down the ice with 5.4 seconds to go. Rapids is just about out of this one, but you play it to the whistle. 5.4 to go. You just almost got to fall on the puck on the face-off. Not saying they should do that, but you've got an opportunity to do that. I mean, I've seen hockey games where they do that. So I don't think Coach Pickman is going to tell them to do that. As Diamond against, I believe that to be Lundbo. As they try to tie it up, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And Rapids comes away with a 5-4 victory in one heck of a shootout effort where they were able to inch ahead of the Northwest Express.
Absolutely amazing game.
For as many goals that were scored through the first 2 periods, there's nothing in that third period. No goals whatsoever.
No.
As this was a fun one to bring you guys tonight. Game started out a little inauspiciously as Bryce Millington lit the lamp 16 seconds into the game for the Express. As assists go to Preston Lundbohm and Eli Underhill. Rapids does answer 35 seconds in when Daniil Kobenkinov was able to tie the game. Assists to Felix Allstrand and Jacob Chevier Alexander. Rapids then got another one. Mikhail Ilian at 1:48. Assists to Riley Duke and Mateo Ruffalo for Rapids to go up 2-1. Rapids adds another by Felix Allstrand at 14:48 on the power play. Assists to Mikhail Ilian and Jonathan Jacksoy. But the Express, they answered with a power play goal of their own. Caleb Birch, remember that name, as he got assists on that one. Looking at my sheet by Zachary Halling and Alex Thames. So that's how we ended one period, 3-2. And then after that, more fun began as Mikhail Ilian, he got his another goal, second goal, power play goal, 5:03 in the second period. Assist to Noah Diamond and Olivia Bildick. And then the Express answered again, power play goal, Caleb Birch, where he got his second goal at 5:24. Assist to Damian Calzada. And I believe that was to Nicholas Skadas. And then we have more fun where that came from as Allstrand was able to get his second goal at 11:29. Assist to Riley Williams. But then the hat trick came again. Caleb Birch at 19:53. An assist to Jacob Alexander. And that is how the scoring ended. No goals in the third period. Weird situation though, as Rapids, they were unable to really answer the pressure by the Express as they were outshot in the game, 29-24. Daniil Korobenkov, one-star player of the game, giving a puck away. Felix Allstrand, he's the two-star player of the game, as he gets a puck and a give to a young fan. A first-star player of the game.
Russia, number 7,
Mikhail Ilyin, he is the one-star player of the game as he gets the cold water shower as he grimaces through that. Gets his puck in the hat from coach. A big smile for both of them as he goes to give that puck to a lucky fan out there. For saves, Deacon Shaw, 25, as he stopped 25 of 29 shots faced. And then Rylan Freshwater, he had a heck of a night where he made 19 saves on 24 shots faced. Heck of a game tonight as we saw two very tough teams go at it and leave it all out there. And get to do it all over again tomorrow as these teams conclude the series. As Express, they look to get the split. Rapids looks to get the sweep. So that'll do her all tonight from the rink. I want to give a big shout out to Julian Torrentino for all his insight in the game. I want to give a big shout out to Art and Matt for stepping in on the cameras tonight. Great job, gentlemen, as always. So for Beth Habiger back at 105.5 FM WIRI, great job tonight, I am sure, as always. So for everybody at 105.5 FM WIRI, Black Bear Hockey, or Black Bear TV, excuse me, Wisconsin Rapids Community Media, I'm Mike Comer. Have a great night, everybody. Be safe out there, and we'll catch you tomorrow night here at Southwood County Rink.